Hey, this is Sean Gay from Gull Lake High School. Today I'll be building a PC and PC builder. So first I'm going to see what case I use for this. So Thermaltake View 91 RGB. So let me go out of there. Type in Thermaltake. And I'm totally not going to get that. So I'm just going to go to cases and find it. You know what? I saw another case that found my interest. So I'm going to try, if I can find it again, the Corsair Crystal Series RGB. And I'm going to click this, remove this, unscrew 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. So the first thing I'm going to do is install a motherboard. I'm going to install the ASRock right here. I'm going to change the LED fans in a second once I get this motherboard in. Just got to screw in all these screws real quick. And that's in. Now I got to screw in a little bit more. There we go, got all those screws screwed in. I'm going to open the CPU shield real quick, get a good CPU in. So let's look what ones are compatible. Actually, I can just do this, fits this PC. So far, the best one is this i7 right here. I mean the i9 right here that does 5,000. I'm going to install that right there. Put some thermal paste on that. And then I'm going to close the CPU shield, lock it in. Now, I'm going to remove a couple of these fans right here, because these case fans I don't want there. I want different ones. I'll have to remove this case part here, unscrew those screws, remove that, and then I'm going to remove these fans, unscrew 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws. That'll come out. Unscrew this, 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws. That'll come out. Do this, 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws. I'm going to play around a little bit and see if I can do water cooling, because that'd be really interesting. So I'm going to go to custom water cooling, go to radiators, see if I can find a good one. I think I'm going to do CPU blocks, or no, I gotta find exactly what it is. So I'm going to go to like some different stuff. I'm going to go to parts, I'm going to go to CPU cooling, and I'm just going to scroll down until I see something interesting. Like this right here, this interests me, so I'm going to see if it fits. And it does, which is good. Let's see if it's an RGB light, because I wanted to do some little custom RGB. Nope, that's RBW. So we're going to go to install again. Scroll down to here. Try to find an RGB. So this right here is an ARGB. I feel like that would work too. So I'm going to install that right here. Oh man, I got a bunch of screws to install. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dang, 12 screws is a lot. So now that's in. Got that liquid cooler in. Gotta put in a reservoir. Let me go to custom water cooling and go to reservoirs. For this build, I'm going to use a RGB reservoir too. So I'm going to install it down here. Install 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Now I gotta put in some pipes. I'm gonna do connectors because I like connectors. Let's see what one I should use. I'm gonna use this RGB fitting and see what it does. And I don't have anything to connect it to right now, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. But I am gonna go to water cooled like radiators and see if it's, let's see. I'm gonna install one of the water-cooled RGB radiators over. Nope, that doesn't fit. Let's see. Because I'm just playing around with this stuff, seeing what I can do. So I'm not gonna actually do water cooling, I don't think, because this already has a liquid cooler. So I'm gonna unscrew this, and this. I'm gonna remove this corset. Oh no, I don't want that. Oh, I don't have to remove that. So now I'm gonna put in a power supply, just to see if that little fan works over there. So let's go to power supplies. I'm gonna look for the one with the best wattage. So far I see 850 as one of the best ones. This has 1200, that's pretty good. That's 1300, that's pretty good. Let's just scroll a little bit till I find the best one. I feel like I'm gonna go with that 1300 one because it gets a lot of wattage in. Just this right here. So I gotta remove this right here so I can put it in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws undone. Install. Go find my power supply again. So let's go down until we find that 1300 one again. Oh, this is better. 1600. I'll go with that instead. So I'm gonna install the Corsair AX 1600i. Screw in these screws right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's some good stuff. Oh, actually I have to do piping. I don't know why it's telling me to. I'm gonna install some cables. I'm gonna do some fancy cables. I'm gonna do ribbon, plastic, and rainbow. Gotta connect the case to the motherboard to the power supply. Gotta install that liquid cooler to the motherboard to the power supply again. I'm gonna turn it on. Oh wait, gotta put some stuff in. I just wanna see if that fan works the way I intended it to. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that white like light up. Let's find some case fans. And then screw in 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta get some wires. Find those rainbow wires. There we go. Connect this to the motherboard. Power it up. Oh yeah, that's very similar to the other ones. I'm gonna see if I can find a better one for that though. Power it up real quick. Unplug this from the motherboard. Move that real quick. Unscrew 1, 2, 3, 4 screws because I don't like that one that much. So I'm gonna go find a different one. So let's go to case fans. I think I'm gonna go with this Polaris LED thing with RGB. Let's install that. So put in 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, screwed in. Install. Same cables as before. Those RGB ones, the little rainbow cables. Let me find them. Tough cables to find, I guess. I think they're up here though. Yep, right there. I'm gonna install those to this. See how that power's on. That one's blue. I don't like that, so I'm gonna remove it. Unscrew these 4 screws real quick. And I'm gonna install a different one because I didn't quite like that one. Let's try this one. Unscrew these 4. Screw in these 4 screws. Get those cables. Let's find them right there. Plug that into the motherboard. Turn it on. There's the color I'm looking for. Same as the other one, white. Get those LEDs all the same, crystal. Turn that off now. Now we're gonna install some other stuff. Let's see what else I can put in. See if I can fit any more case fans in here, just for the fun of it. Probably can't, but we'll see. I think I put this one in. I can put in more fans and put one in more. I'm gonna remove this top panel. 1 screw undone, 2 screws undone, 3 screws undone. That's the 4th screw. Gotta remove that. Now I can install another fan. Let's see what the first one I had was. Immaculate 12 Rainbow. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws screwed in. Can I fit any more of those? Let's see. I like the lights a lot, so I'm gonna put in some as much lights as possible. I cannot fit it right there because of the liquid cooling, so I'm not gonna put that. But I'm gonna install my cables, so I can connect it. There's those ribbon braided rainbow cables. Connect this right to the motherboard. Power it on. Looks good. Power it right back off. I'm gonna look at some other stuff to put in. I already put in a power supply. That seems good. Let's put in some storage. So let's see what else storage I can get. So I feel like the best option for this computer would be the Seagate 4TB Barracuda. So let me go back here. Install one right there. I did not click that. So I'm going to install one more of those. This is a drive bay, but it fits smaller drives. So let's look at the smaller drives and see what I can get in there. Let's go with this, see if I can fit it right in there. Yep. And this one lights up too, I think. Let's get all those cables in. If I have to attach any. Let's find this ribbon braided rainbow. Connect all these to the power supply. These do not seem to be rainbow. I'm going to remove these real quick. Ribbon braided rainbow. Oh, I guess they are. Huh. So I'm going to connect all those to the different parts of the computer. And I'll connect these storage drives too. And the power supply. And the motherboard. And I'm going to do it with this too. So far this PC build costs about $2,600. But it's going to cost a little bit more at the end. Got all those storage drives in and power it right up. I like that difference in LED right there. Got a little orange in there too. Let me see if I can fit some other orange in there somewhere. I think I'm going to remove this. Actually, I'm going to, not before I remove it, go to case fans and see if there's an orange one. White, blue, red, silver, black, red, red, red. There's no orange. That's fine though. I'm just gonna remove these and put in some different ones. So I'm gonna remove these cables. I thought the LEDs would be white like the computer, so I'm gonna take those out. Go back to storage and find some other small ones that fit, but I'm gonna install a couple more terabytes. That seems better. There we go, and it's cheaper too. Gonna attach all these wires real quick. And it says I can still install a case fan. I don't think it'll fit, but if so, I'm gonna try to install one of these somewhere else. Let's see where else that would fit. Wouldn't fit there. That's the only other place it would fit, and it's got wires in the way. I think I can change this though. Hold up. Huh. I don't think I can do those piping. Let's see what I can do with this. Now let's see if I can fit in that case fan real quick. Still can't fit that for some reason, so I'm gonna look again. And I'm actually gonna go through the pipes and see if I can find an RGB pipe real quick. Okay, that's all I could do for that. I didn't see anything else. I'm gonna plug in the USB drive real quick so later on I can already use that. Now we're gonna put in a graphics card. So I'm gonna remove this PCI cover, and there should be a lock somewhere around here. So, do not see a PCI lock, but probably need one afterward. So let's go to graphics cards. Find the very best one possible. Gotta have the best one. So far I see a 1080 that's pretty good. 2080. Let's try this out. Gotta remove another PCI cover for this one. So let's go through this. That's a 2080 Super. Let's see the difference. 1860, 1937. 2080 Extreme, 1890, 1767. Let's look back at this one. 1860, 1750. This one's better. Holy. We're gonna grab this 2080 Super. Actually, not the Super. We're gonna grab the 2080 Extreme 11G. Put that right in there. Install the wires. Get these rainbow cables. Put them right to the power supply. I just like the rainbow cables because they look like they're doing like a little visual effect type of thing. I'm gonna put this PCI cover back in. Now let's install. Let's see if there's a PCI lock somewhere in here. So I guess there's no lock for this computer. I'm gonna put this top panel. Wait, nope, can't do that yet. There's another thing I have to do. Let's put in the grid. Then I can put the top panel in. Put that top panel back on. There's 1, 2, 1 didn't get screwed in all the way. 3, 4 screws screwed in. Now we're gonna install. Actually, I'm not gonna install any other PC parts right now. I don't think my PC is quite complete. Let's see, I already got, I do not have CPU cooling. That's kind of essential, isn't it? Wait, yes I do. I already have a liquid cooler. So I already got that. It's checked off. I already got motherboard. I have to put in some memory real quick. So let's find some 8 gigabyte or 16 gigabyte memory. Let's see if there's 16 gigabyte on here. 4 gigabyte. There's 16. That'll work. I'm going to open all the memory clips real quick. Let's just zoom in real quick. Open them all. Let's install another 16 gigabyte right there. Let's get one more or two more of those in and see how many I can fit. I think I'm missing one. Let's see if I can fit one in. Well, that's about a $4,000 PC now. I added 416 gigabytes of storage right there. Or of memory, actually. I got memory, I got a graphics card, got storage, have a power supply, cabled everything up, got fans. Pretty sure all I have to do is put the OS on it and put on the stuff. So I'm going to put the grid back on right here. Put on that front panel. Actually, I'm going to see if I can do this without the grid and see if it tells me it's an incomplete case. So I'm going to unscrew these screws. Because the grid does kind of block out the lights a little bit. Let's see if I can do it without. And if not, it's just a simple fix. I just put in the grid. Screw in these screws too. Put on the front panel. I'm going to install the side panels. Actually, the front side panel. Now let's install the other side panel. I want to see if I can do like a completely clear case. That would be kind of cool. Let's see. Incomplete case, it still says. So, I guess I do have to put those grids in. That sucks. I don't know, it just says I can do it without. It's still doing the OS and everything. I should just probably take out these. Put on those grids real quick to make it a complete case. That's the wrong grid. We're going to put on the top grid. And screw these in. Now let's actually remove the front. Unscrew these 4. Install the grid right there. Put that on. Now it says it's ready to boot. So I guess I did have to have the grids on there. Still like the really clear aesthetic of the computer because it has like a crystal colored case. So you can see through to everything that's in there. So I'm gonna power that back on. Look at that. Got those RGBs going off. Got the white going over here. And the computer's working just fine. So that's the computer I built for the free build in PC Builder. It's $4,000. I'll give you one more example of a computer I've built in PC Builder. I'll just go turn this one on after I put in the cables right here. This one I spent about $5,000 on. And there's another one I'm working on. I'll show you in a second, but I'm not done with it quite yet. I'm going to connect all these. And this is what this one looks like. It turns on and boots up all right. It's got water cooling, so everything is water cooled in here. And that's good. It's got a reservoir and it's got all like the cooling connected and stuff like that. I'm going to turn that. That one can be on too. This one I'm not quite done with. I'm going to try to put RGBs in all of the fans and do stuff like that. But not quite done with that one. So yeah, that's how you build in free build on PC Builder.